I wanted to share another really fun way of kind of looking at the power that we really hold over this survival response, right? The internal system that's there, the control system of our brains. So those of you who are familiar with Curable and TMS and Mind Body World, in the Curable app itself, they have this wonderful visualization that I use time and time again to help me connect to a sense of empowerment and a sense of control when it came to the symptoms I was experiencing. So they have you simply imagine that you are shrunken in size and you get into the control center of your brain. And in there, you're going to see, levers and knobs and switches and all of that stuff that by visualizing and imagining yourself connecting with these, you're able to lessen the pain, connect to changing your state, lessening certain things, increasing certain things. And so my son, as we were at the doctor's office today, just waiting to be seen, and he had this little fidget with him, right? And I thought it was like the most absolute perfect way to explain to him, what's kind of happening in this internal control room. So we see here that there is a on and off switch, right? So when the brain perceives danger, that switch is on. Now, it doesn't mean it stays on there forever. We have the power to turn it off through connecting to safety in some way. And then we notice that there's all of these levers here, right? So we have, we can increase certain things, right? So maybe the levers are already increased because the pain or the symptom is really loud. Well, what if we had the power to affect change and push these levers down? We do have that power. And then there's some other really fun buttons, right? Like this little knob here that we can turn. Maybe we're going to change a channel. Maybe we're going to turn it to choose differently, right? How amazing if we could respond differently to the symptom than we would have in the past. So we're changing the channel. So I just thought it was such a beautiful and tangible way to kind of understand the different ways that we can affect change on the survival response, right? On the experience that we're having, and start to bring in safety, right? So what if we were to imagine that we're in this control room and we are flipping that switch? I used to do this all the time, right? I'd be like, okay, I know that we're safe. What if we were to start to yank that lever down, and maybe it's rusted and it's hard and it's barely budging, but what if we slowly started to bring it down? And what if that alone gave us a percentage of relief? And another thing, right? So we know that the controls, right? There's varying different controls and levers, and we can increase certain things or decrease them. Well, what if just by visualizing ourselves, we can access more energy by increasing this, turning up the volume, right? Or what if we can decrease pain by imagining that we're pulling that down in some way, right? Just allowing these, like the volume button, lowering it down. And what if we imagine ourselves like that, like we have that old knob on the TV, right? Where we can actually change a channel. And I'm dating myself now because those of you watching probably don't remember this, but there was this knob on the television that you used to turn, and that would change a channel. And so what if we were to change it to a different story? What if we no longer had to believe we'll never heal, this pain's gonna last forever? And what if we switch that to, no, things are different now. I'm resourced now. I'm cultivating safety. Now I'm in the process of connecting to safety. I am healing every moment of every day. So I just wanted to share this with you because I thought it was such a beautiful little example in this tiny little fidget, and it really helped it click for my son, and such a fun little exercise that you can do with your kids, even with yourself. Just start using the power of visualization to affect change on your experience, right? So imagine, visualize yourself in that control room. You are the boss there, and you can turn those levers off. You can press those buttons, right? And you can, increase or decrease what you need. You can make change. You're in control. So when you think your brain is, hijacked you and you have no control over your body or your thoughts or anything like that, that's not the truth. The truth is you can affect change in every situation. You have a choice in every situation on how you respond. So I just wanted to share that with you. Maybe you found it helpful, and maybe you didn't. I'm going to share it anyway.